Hey everyone, what's going on? Glad you're here because we've got a meaty update to talk about for Total War Warhammer 3. If you've been waiting for the next big wave of changes, the calendar finally has a date circled. The studio has locked in December 4th, 2025 for the next DLC, Tides of Torment, and it lands the same day as patch 7.0. That pairing matters because it means a free update for everyone, plus the paid content if you pick it up has hitting all at once instead of getting dribbled out piecemeal. So, if you've been holding your campaigns, planning your next Immortal Empires run, or just waiting to see where the meta settles, we can actually map out a plan now. Let's start with what's officially on the table, because rumor season has been wild, and I want you to have the concrete stuff sorted first. The studio's blog came right out with it. Tides of Torment is scheduled for December 4th, and the update ships alongside it. They specifically call out new battle units, campaign features, narrative elements, and a batch of fixes and general tweaks for everyone, even if you don't buy the DLC. That's important. These big seasonal drops typically shake up balance, AI behavior, and quality of life across the board. If your group of friends spans DLC owners and non-owners, you're still going to see meaningful changes on that day. On the paid side, we finally have clarity on who's arriving. Steam pages are live for the character packs within Tides of Torment. Dekala's entry is up, Sail the Faithless is up, and both list the same date. The way Creative Assembly has been approaching these lately is to let you buy the all-in bundle or cherry pick per race. So if your heart belongs to Slaanesh, High Elves, or Norsca, you can tailor what you purchase, but the headline is simply that everything goes live together in early December. No more guessing games about staggered launches. If you're the sort of player who pays attention to housekeeping patches, the ones that quietly fix the things that make campaigns feel sticky, there's also a little breadcrumb trail leading right up to launch. They just pushed hotfix 6.3.4 to stabilize a handful of nagging problems. Idle AI on the campaign map, Chaos Dwarfs not recruiting enough high-tier units, Golgfag's weird behaviors, and better use of Ogre camps. This is exactly the kind of groundwork that makes a major release day smoother. It's not the flashy reveal, but it does signal that the team has pivoted from putting out fires to getting the stage ready. Fewer AI faceplants now tends to mean fewer surprises when the major balance changes land. All right, let's talk expectations for the free update portion, because that's where the largest share of the community will feel the difference on day one. While we don't have the full changelog yet, the official language points to new units, campaign features, and a bit of narrative. Historically, that combination means a couple of things. First, you'll get fresh toys appearing in AI armies, even if you don't own the DLC, because certain units or variants are sometimes added to the global roster or as regiments of renown. Second, campaign features usually translate into adjustments to systems every faction touches. Economy levers, AI recruitment logic, or the kind of map-level mechanics that shape early expansion. Third, when they say narrative, that can be light-touch flavor events, new dilemmas, or more substantial quest chains tied to new lords that also ripple across the sandbox. We'll all want to read the patch notes carefully, but at least we know it's more than a bug pass. Now, if you're eyeing the DLC, the roster choices this time are spicy. Slaanesh fans get Dekala, which scratches that classic chaos itch with a seductive poison and speed toolkit, while Norsca's Sail the Faithless brings a scheming sorcerer's vibe we haven't really had in that roster before. Even just from the previews and coverage, the promise is a blend of trickery, debuffs, monstrosities, and some long-requested love for Norsca's identity. The way Norsca has sometimes felt left behind compared to the more modern reworks, this could be the pass that finally helps it feel contemporary in Immortal Empires without losing that savage raider core. Let's hit practical advice, because a big patch day is equal parts excitement and broken saves if you don't plan. First, keep a backup of your current campaigns. Just copy your save folders somewhere safe. It takes a few seconds, and it's the difference between nostalgia and heartbreak if a mod you rely on doesn't update immediately. Next, write down your mod loadout, because the Steam launcher can occasionally reorder things after a major patch. If you're mid-run and you care about finishing it exactly as is, consider freezes until you've wrapped. If you're ready for the new meta, disable anything that touches core systems, AI, economy, tech trees, until the authors confirm compatibility. This isn't fear-mongering, it's just the rhythm of Total War on PC. Big updates are wonderful, but they're also magnets for version mismatch shenanigans. Timing-wise, outlets that track this stuff closely expect the full patch notes to go live either the day before or the day of launch. That means the community will have a few hours to pore over numbers and theory craft before most of us hit continue on our saves. When the notes land, start by scanning economy changes, recruitment caps, and any lines about AI aggression. Those three categories shape the campaign more than anything else, and they're where you'll feel the new update within the first 50 turns. If income curves are tweaked or upkeep reductions shift, your tried and true build orders might need a nudge. If AI aggression goes up, especially for certain factions, border garrisons and early treaties matter more. If recruitment logic favors higher tier units earlier, expect scarier stacks rolling into your territory by mid-game. Let's imagine two scenarios so you can plan your return. Say you're starting as a High Elf faction and you don't buy the DLC. You'll still be stepping into an environment tuned by the update's balance and AI changes. If the patch boosts the appeal of early bolt throwers or revises archer ammo, your first 30 turns could flow differently. Trade routes might be safer or riskier depending on AI diplomacy behaviors. And if the new narrative events touch Ulthuan or the surrounding seas, you might have to juggle a couple of unanticipated dilemmas that send you east for influence or west for conflict. The upshot is, even without the new lords, your muscle memory will get tested, and that's a good thing. Fresh problems make for better stories. Flip it to Norsca with the DLC in hand. If Sales Toolkit leans hard into manipulation and monster synergy, as previews suggest, you'll be doing more than just raiding coastlines. Think hybrid campaign pacing. You'll still live off aggression and favor, but with more tools to break opponent momentum through debuffs and summons that tilt tough fights. And if the update delivers better AI camp usage across the board, factions you farmed traditionally might defend their heartlands a little more purposefully, forcing you to commit to real sieges rather than just lightning raids. The easiest habit to fall into with Norsca is sprinting from battle to battle, never consolidating. A smarter AI and revised recruitment priorities can punish that. This is where taking a breath after each conquest, stabilizing with a growth building or an extra public order buffer will pay off. Another angle worth considering is how the update will ripple into multiplayer and custom battles. Even if you mainly play campaign, those tuning passes often reveal the developer's mindset. If cavalry costs adjust, or spell overcasts get nudged, or a monster's mass changes, you'll feel that indirectly in campaign auto-resolve and in the compositions the AI fields. For example, if elite infantry becomes more cost-effective, the AI might hold the line longer, making your cycle charging micro more valuable. If artillery accuracy or entity count is touched, your castle defense meta might change overnight. Keep an eye on any lines in the notes about projectile velocity, entity spacing, or collision. Those read like under-the-hood tweaks, but they totally transform how easy it is to peel units off your front line. Some of you will ask, should I start a fresh Immortal Empires run on patch day, or wait a week? Here's a simple playbook. If you like discovering quirks and you don't mind restarting once or twice, jump in immediately. The first week after a major update is the most alive the community ever feels. New guides, experimental builds, everyone sharing what broke and what's brilliant. If you're the kind of commander who wants a stable long-haul campaign, give it a few days and watch to see which mods update and whether any critical hotfixes land. For safety, start a short-run campaign to feel the new pacing before you commit to your 300-turn epic. One more planning tip, think about your mid-game spikes. Certain factions rely on very specific turn windows when their techs, landmarks, and lord skills line up. If the update shifts building timings, income floors, or recruitment access, those spikes might move 5 to 10 turns later or earlier. That means you'll want to adjust your diplomacy and war sequencing accordingly. For instance, if your faction peaks around turns 60 to 80, but the new changes push elite unit access to turn 70, maybe you delay that war with a powerhouse neighbor and farm experience elsewhere. Conversely, if an earlier unlock is now possible, you can pick a fight sooner and snowball before your rival hits their stride.